Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got an exciting blend for you guys today from a new company that I've never tried before. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and look at D&D's Palace Elixir. Ooh, I kind of covered the name there. But anyway. So I'm excited about this blend because one, it's been sitting in my collection for about two years now, looking for the right time to bring it out. But also because it's been a hey Snea, welcome, Ma, welcome, Zam, welcome. You're early today. Good to see you guys. I lost my train of thought. Hey Val, welcome. I lost my train of thought. But anyway, so this is an actual blend of a few different teas. Not only that, but also it's got a bunch of herbs, a bunch of fruits. So I'll go ahead and read off the ingredients list. It's got green tea and white tea with jasmine pearls, cornflower, blueberries, hibiscus, lime juice, sea salts, and a blend of extracts and essential oils. Now, I'm not one to really rely on essential oils for anything except scent. They don't really have a taste, so it won't do anything about the flavor except for what you smell. So this is supposed to be like a very refreshing tea, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. So I don't think I'm gonna take it out of here because there's so many different kinds of pieces. I'm afraid that it's gonna get mixed up and some of it's gonna fall in my tea. But there's some big leaves, some small leaves. We have, well, take a look for yourself. We have some big leaves like this. I don't know what it is, because it looks like it's just a leaf. I don't know. I mean, like, cornflower is the closest I can imagine, but cornflower is blue. Oh, yeah, no, here's the cornflower. Yeah, it's actually blue. I don't know if you could tell on here, but yeah, it's blue. So I don't know. It's not hibiscus because hibiscus is pink. Oh, it's probably the white tea. Yeah, they probably used Baimudan and they kept the stem on there. Okay. So we have Baimudan there. We have jasmine pearls. As you can see, it's a nice big round ball there. I saw a blueberry in here. Let me pull it out. I don't see any up front. We have a blueberry here. Hibiscus would be this red leaf. So they kind of cut it down a little bit. Like usually hibiscus is a bigger leaf, but this one got cut down a bit. Yeah, I don't know what this one is. This one, maybe it's still, oh, it's probably a green tea. It's a little bit dark for green tea, but I'll take what I can get. I'll take their word for it. But as you can see, this is a very big mix of a whole lot of stuff, and it's going to be a little bit complex. But let's take a look and see how it tastes. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. It's got a little bit of a gummy candy quality to it. It's not like super duper sweet, but it's got that kind of essence to it. Mm. The flavor overall is pretty mellow. Um, Usually when you're dealing with a tea that has essential oils and juices and a lot of flavoring, it would have that popping whatever it is that you were going for when you first introduced the tea. But in this case, it's really mellow. I'm getting a lot of the green tea, a lot of the white tea flavoring, not so much the juice, not so much the lime. Maybe it has to cool down for those sweeter pieces to come to the forefront. But right now, it's just very mellow. There's a kind of flowery taste coming in from the herbs, from the like it's so mellow that it's kind of hard to find. Um, like overall, this tastes more like a green tea or a white tea because it's walking a balance here. But I'm not getting so much of the blueberry. I'm not getting so much of the other flavorings that are in there. Either it's been in my pantry too long, or it's just designed to be this way. But I don't understand why you would put so much into a tea just to not have a a goal in mind. Not to say that this tastes bad, because it doesn't. It's just really, really mellow. You know, like at most it tastes like a flavored green tea. Usually when you have a flavored tea with one specific flavoring, like a citrus green or a peach oolong or something like that, it has that thematic overall flavor. And I would imagine that having not only the lime juice but the blueberries as well, teaming up together, it would have that more of a tropical flavoring to it. But I'm not getting that. I'm getting just mellowness, green tea flavor. And I mean, not to be overly critical, but it's like they put a whole lot into it and you're not getting a whole lot out. You know, in this case, less would be more. Now, don't get me wrong, like it smells nice, but it's not as strong as I thought it would be. Let's see. It's very... I don't know, maybe I just left it in my cabinet too long. I mean, it shouldn't be, because this thing has been sealed all this time. But I really don't know what they were going for here. Like, it smells kind of nice. You know, it's not overpowering. It's not the kind of flavoring that it's not the kind of scent that overwhelms the senses. You could, like, I've had some teas where you could put it on a table, walk 10 feet away, and still smell from there. This is very, very mellow. And, you know, like, I don't think that whoever blended this tea had a goal in mind. You know, if they had, they would have enhanced one of the flavors. You know, I mean, other than the green and the white, of course. overall, it's vegetal. When you put fruit in a tea and you put flavoring in a tea, you shouldn't expect to have a vegetal experience. You're going to want to have that fruit. You're going to want to have the blueberry. You're going to want to have the lime. You're going to want to have even the hibiscus. Hibiscus is really, really strong. And so when you put those flavors together, those are supposed to be very profound. I'm really not getting a whole lot of that. Overall, I'm not even getting like a juicy flavoring to it. And again, I don't understand the reason of mixing 3 different teas in here. You know, having like the green tea, the white tea, and the jasmine pearl. Because the jasmine pearl is a scented tea, so you're going to want to have that fragrance coming above, if that's what you're going for. They didn't use enough of the jasmine pearl, probably because it's more on the expensive side, which I get. But if that is the case, why use it at all? It's completely lost in here. It should have been more simple. I'm getting a little bit now more of the blueberry. I really hate this. I don't hate it. I'm just overall not really impressed by it. I mean, I've blended my own teas, you guys know. But when I do, I have a goal in mind. I want to have an orange flavored tea, or I want to have a tropical flavored tea, or I want to have a dark, smoky, earthy kind of tea. And that's what I promote when I put together my blends. This one, it feels lost. It feels like they just didn't have that mindset. They just threw in a bunch of ingredients. I mean, it's like overall, if you like mellow teas, which a lot of people do, you know, they look for that kind of tea that they can steep for just a couple seconds. Like I knew somebody who would steep a tea for literally just a couple seconds, take it out and drink it because they wanted that very, very light tea flavor, which, you know, to each their own. But overall, if you are trying to design a tea with flavor, this isn't really doing it. You know, it's kind of jumbled and mixed, and nothing is coming up above the others, you know, except for the green tea itself. And if that's the case, just put green tea, you know? I think that if this was iced, it would probably be better because cold tea emphasizes sweetness, emphasizes juiciness. It would be more flavorful. But using 3 different kinds of teas, 2 of them being green, 1 of them being white, it's not really doing it, you know? Like, how do I put this? Like, picture having a jar, and in this jar you add sand, you add rocks, and you add gravel. You have 3 of generally the same kind of material in there, but they're so similar that visually, it just looks like a bunch of rocks. And that's what you're getting on your taste buds. You're getting something that you throw a bunch of ingredients in there, but nothing stands out. To me, this is just a waste of ingredients, really, because you could have just used the white tea with the blueberries and hibiscus and lime, or the lime juices or whatever. You would have saved money on the blend, and you'd have a more concentrated flavor profile, so that you know where it is you're going. In this one, they just threw a bunch of stuff in there, and they're selling it. To me, it's too simple. I don't remember what I paid for it. But if this was anything more than $10, I have overpaid. Like, quality wise, this was not a great investment on the blender's part. You have to have something in mind when you put together a tea. So, when you use something like blue corn flour, you use that for visual aid. Now, if you saw the little piece that I pulled out, let me get that. The piece, there we go. A piece like this, very, very small. This is supposed to pop out visually from the blend. So if you have like a white background or something very, very light green like this, it'll show better. As well, blue corn flour is usually supposed to be kind of long. So visually it pops. It doesn't add much to the flavor, but it adds to the sight. And you're saying, wow, this looks good. It's visually appealing. I like it. I'm going to try it. It does nothing for the flavor, but it tricks the mind into thinking, hey, this is something that's nice. When you use, what's the other one? Not corn flour. It's the yellow. I'm blanking on it. But when you use that yellow leaf, it pops and it's visual. When you use red peppercorn, it pops. It's visual. Something that makes it look attractive. But when you take a look at this blend, all you're really seeing is two colors. You're seeing dark green and brown, and you're seeing that one white leaf that pops up. And that's what I'm talking about when you're making a tea that's visually appealing. It's not, if it does nothing else, it needs to look good. Butterfly pea flour, exactly, great point. Because butterfly pea flour, not only does it visually pop, it's very, very blue. And it's very big with the white nub at the end. But the draw is also when you add the citrus, it changes the color of the entire tea. So you're getting the attraction. That and it tastes really, really nice. But visually here, there's nothing really special about it. When I bought this, I'm pretty sure I bought it for the ingredients, seeing that it had lime juice, seeing that it had blueberry in it, seeing that it had the hibiscus, and I wanted those sweet, tart flavors in my tea. Unfortunately, I'm not getting it. All I'm getting is green tea and that mellow white tea. And it's really, it's not living up to my expectations. Okay, now I'm getting a little, like, as it cools down, I'm getting a little bit more of the blueberry. Still, not enough of it to justify a flavor profile. But I think as it cools down, it will become more complex. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, usually I talk about how a tea uh, just has that overall progression where, let's say, it starts off smoky but ends up sweet as it cools down. Or it starts off sweet and as it cools down, it gets a little spicier. Or something like that. This, it's staying relatively the same. Which, I mean, it's fine, but like I said, it has no goal. It's wandering on my taste buds, and I'm trying to place it, and it's just really, really difficult. I mean, this is one of those times where I'm gonna have to do the Thomas taste to figure out where they're going with it, because I really just don't see. Here we go. Okay. I'm getting a little bit more of the blueberry. It's starting to get a little astringent. Um, mm. Yeah, now the astringency is like settling towards the front and middle of my tongue. Mm. And honestly, I didn't oversteep it. I did it at 180 degrees for 3 minutes. That was what they suggested. And you know, it's what I would have done anyway because you're dealing with white and green teas. But I think possibly the essential oils that are in there that are used to that are used to be scented or are used to scent the tea. I think that's translating on my taste buds as either starting to get acidic or starting to like just get a little bit bitter. Mm. Yeah, it's starting to sit on my tongue a little bit. Kind of like the way that if you inhale perfume, it starts to taste acidic and it starts to taste bitter. Um, that's what's happening right now in my mouth. Mm. For the first time in a long time, I don't know, this is just not my cup of tea. I'm not feeling it. I mean, I'll still put their link on my website. I mean, on the in the description if I can put one in there. But honestly, I'm not impressed. Mm. I'm looking for something that will justify it. But for me, I mean, some people like bitter teas, and I'm not taking that away. Some people like scented teas. Um, but I don't know. It's like it's just I'm overall I'm just disappointed. I was expecting something a little bit more complex. Uh, But I don't know. whoever put this blend together could use a pointer or two. But oh well. That being said, questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, now's the time. I'm going to answer Teresa's question as I always do. What would I pair with this blend? I would need to have something sweet to liven it up. The sweeter the better. So I would say something like vanilla ice cream or just something like a very rich chocolate cake. You know, something that would really just overall outperform it on the tongue. I can't think of anything else. Like, oh, I gotta blow my nose. It's starting to drain everything. I hate when that happens. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Anyway. Yeah. I would probably look for something powerful to overpower it. I really don't see myself drinking this with anything, and not because, like sometimes I say that because that tea is sacred. You know, I think that drinking or eating something along with that tea would spoil the overall experience. But in this one, like, if I'm eating, I think that this might reduce the flavor of the food itself. You know, so I would say, give me sugar, give me something sweet, give me something that's very overpoweringly present, so that when I drink this, I'm just kind of highlighting the food rather than the food highlighting the tea. I'm still waiting. Right now I'm tasting white blueberry. I'm not even tasting the green anymore, which is strange because green tea has generally a stronger taste than white tea. As it cools off, it sweetens. The blueberry flavoring, or the blueberries itself, the flavor that the blueberries contribute, are starting to get more profound. But I don't know. Overall, it's I don't know. I can't in all what's the word in all, for all intents and purposes, I can't recommend it for myself, because overall I'm just disappointed. I'm trying. You guys know I love tea. I have stood by many a blend over the years. Maybe I should have gotten to this one sooner. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just not feeling it. Yeah. Oh well. After all, after all these years, I've been beaten into submission, where I just can't find anything that's overtly good to say. And like I've had I've had underwhelming teas before, but not on the stream. And I feel kind of bad because this isn't my usual reaction. But I have to be honest. I mean, I guess all these years it's been luck of the draw. But that being said, luck runs out sometimes. And well, this is just the this is just a result of that, I guess. So I guess with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. This has been an amazing experience because it's a very rare thing. But I'm glad that I could share it with you for good or bad. And until next time, have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.